Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren Fix, and this is the very cool 2023 Cadillac CT5 V-Series Blackwing. There is only 120 of these, and for 2023 there are 3 new colors, and there are some additional changes. We're going to drive this thing in all the drive modes. We're going to show you some of the technology and some of the features of this car before you make a decision. This is a collectible car from the moment you buy it because there are so few of them. Remember, they also make a 4 Series that is a 2-door. This is a 5-seater, 2-door, front-engine, rear-wheel drive car that is really nice looking. I love this color, by the way. Very, very cool. Let's get started with the front of this vehicle. The first thing you're going to notice on the front of this vehicle is that signature Cadillac LED daytime running light, LED headlights, and this cool black grille, as well as this logo. I really like the combination of the black and this brilliant blue. Also the front splitter, everything is functional. This vehicle needs to cool down because it is a large V8 with a supercharger, and that's why the grills are designed the way they are. Our test vehicle rides on 19-inch alloy wheels that have that cool V logo embossed into the wheel. We're riding on Pirelli tires, and if you're going to drive it through the winter, like I'll talk about in the drive portion, you'll want to put snow tires on or at least switch out the rims because these are pretty cool. Also, for an additional fee are these blue calipers. They're about $595. I do like the V logo here. It looks nice in that clean performance Cadillac logo because Cadillac has a racing history, a winning racing history. The profile of the CT5 V-Series Blackwing has not changed. It looks good. Love the black trim around the outside, keeping this looking very muscular, very classy at the same time. Remember, their direct competitors are the Germans. So if that's the case, you got to come and bring your A game, and Cadillac did that. Going all the way back, this vehicle looks really nice. The warranty on this car is 4 years, 50,000 miles. Coming around to the back, you're going to find that V-shaped spoiler. Nice little lip, keep that rear end down at speed because this vehicle does over 200 miles an hour. Cadillac logo, CT5, black across the back, V-Series. It does not have a black wing. That is the performance version. Also, that dual exhaust on both sides looks awesome. And again, that Cadillac logo for that third brake light. Also, you'll note looking out the back, you've got a good piece of glass. There is no digital camera here. Usually you can flip the switch on most Cadillacs and get that rear camera. It is not on our test vehicle. I think it would be a nice added on. Do you need it? No, you don't. I mean, you got side view mirrors at work, backup camera, that's standard, not a problem whatsoever. And one of the things I also want to add in is seating comfort. And we'll cover the second row in just a second. But these seats are the best seats I've sat in with Cadillac in a long time. Many years ago, they were kind of cushy and soft. These are sport seats. This is like a Corvette seat. This is a very nicely supportive seat that has adjustments to it. This is not a massaging seat. This is like I go down, I reach, I can get my adjustments right here. They show up right here in front of me. There is massaging seats. But for me, I want support laterally. I want support across the thighs. And I'm smaller. If you're a bigger person, you want to make it wider so that it fits everybody. And they've done that. They've made great seats. Thank you, Cadillac, because that is a really big part of any vehicle, no matter what you drive, is the seats. The Cadillac seats are a high-performance leather material. In our test car, there is a microfiber also available. I really like these gigantic side bolsters. Keeps you in the seat on a track or in high-performance driving. Really nicely done. There is lumbar, there is massaging, so when you want luxury, you got that as well. And there's that V logo again, reminding you bought a cool car. It's also in the floor mats. The passenger seat offers the same lumbar massaging as the driver's seat, which is much appreciated, and really nice looking seats. Love the piping, the contrasting piping as well. The back of the driver and passenger seat has an embossed V-Series, and it's on an Alcantara type material. It looks great. That also matches the headliner and the B-pillars. They really did a nice job. This vehicle looks great. And why are these here? Those for your harnesses for putting this baby on the track. Behind the center console is 2 vents and 2 different charge ports. That's it. This vehicle seats 5 people, and that V-Series logo again is embossed in the back seats. Like the honeycomb pattern, very nice leather. 2 child safety seats on the outboard positions. In the center there is 2 cup holders. And that folds up for your middle passenger. The door of our test vehicle has carbon fiber. That is an option, and I really like it. It looks great. Real soft materials, really nice contrast of the carbon, the Alcantara, and the leather. When you get in this vehicle, immediately you're going to see that beautiful Cadillac logo like on the outside. The left side this is all as expected in any Cadillac. You've got your phone connections and so forth here. Here you can change everything that you need. There's also safety features on the left side. That is the V button. And when you press that cool V button, that V button activates everything. Turns everything on to the max. The center screen turns everything up to the max, shuts off the traction control, puts you right into that maximum performance for track purposes. There is also a performance data pack that you can get. Now, that is additional. The performance data and video is $1,600, but if you're going to put this on the track, absolutely have to get it. All models come with this 12-inch digital gauge display. It's unique to the V-Series. It's specific setup. It also has a head-up display, which is configurable. Tachometer, really cool. All the information you need as far as engine specs are here, tire pressures, all that. Super important things. This lever on the right side is for traction. You'll see it in just a second when I turn it. Shuts everything off. Wet, dry, Sport, Race 1, Race 2. So this is a really cool vehicle. So you can set the traction the way you want it. There are, of course, paddle shifters, but the transmission will shift faster than you can possibly shift. One of the things I like about the head-up display right there is because you can adjust the height, get the information change, and change the brightness literally by just touching this lever. Some vehicles you have to go through the center screen. There's 6 different steps. Not in this car. Performance data card goes here. I have a card with me. Audio system is the AKG premium audio system with 16 speakers. It has wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Alexa. Center screen is color, it is touch, it is completely embedded navigation. It has a lot of interfaces. It's a bit on the dated side compared to the competitors when you're looking at the audio and what's going on. This is normal, nothing unusual, but you go to the navigation and you'll see that it's a bit on the dated side compared to what you're getting on the German competitors. I should also note that Bose audio is an optional upgrade for this vehicle. There are a lot of options that you can purchase. Auto hold is so your vehicle does not roll at a traffic light. All right, your standard Prindle, easy to use. This is your multimedia interface here, your volume, changing of stations. Everything is right here, super easy to use, including for your phone. 2 cup holders, kind of on the small side. If you've got a big bottle of water, you might have to put it in the door. Another place for your phone is right here, especially if the passenger has a phone and it's not charging. Inside this good-sized glove box is additional charge ports and more storage. And it's leather, and this is real stitching. They're great. Love the carbon fiber. Nicely done. Nice details. But as far as safety is concerned, all the safety is standard. You can buy additional upgrades, which would give you a more enhanced upgrade for safety. Do you need it? I mean, it's nice to have it if you want an intervention for backing up, and there's like 3 or 4 different little additions for that. We covered that in technology. But as far as the vehicle and driving it, you've got all the safety features you need, and you don't want too many nannies on a vehicle like this, especially if you're going to put this on the track. And yeah, this vehicle would go on the track and be a freaking blast at Watkins Glen, Mid-Ohio, wherever you live across North America. This would be like one of those cars. This is a head turner. Under the hood is my kind of engine, a hand-built, supercharged 6.2-liter V8 engine with 668 horsepower and 659 pound-feet of torque. Standard is a 6-speed manual transmission, or for about $1,800 you can get the 10-speed automatic, which unfortunately our test vehicle has. I know this is faster. Personally, I like a manual. Fuel economy combined for the automatic is about 21 miles to the gallon. The weight of this vehicle is about 4,100 pounds. 0 to 60 time 3.4 seconds in the automatic or 3.6 seconds in the manual. Top speed over 200 miles an hour and has a max lateral acceleration of over 1 G. There are different drive modes available on this vehicle, and that button is located right here in front of the shifter. But there's also a V button, which gives you the ultimate performance, and that's on the steering wheel. We're going to drive it in all the different modes because it was raining here in Buffalo pretty heavily. So I started off driving it yesterday in the rain mode or snow and ice mode, and it was not a problem at all. Handled perfectly well. This is a rear-wheel drive platform, and though this is a performance car, I was really impressed. If you put winter tires on this, you could drive this year-round. Again, if you're used to all-wheel drive and you've never driven rear-wheel drive, I used to drive rear-wheel drive, so I'm used to that. I had a Camaro way back when, and in the winter with snow tires. So that's your snow and ice mode, which we're not going to need today. The track mode, we're going to go out to a drag track and do some launches and see if they're open. Probably not. It's a little cold here. But I'm in the sport mode right now, and when you change the drive modes, it changes the screen in front of you. It tells you the steering input, steering, suspension, engine shift points, brake and feel, engine sound, and the PTM. So you can do that. If you go to the track mode, makes the engine sound the way I like it, nice and loud. But you can also go to that snow and ice mode, and it just brings everything down to a more calm, controlled, daily driver type feel, but it still has a sporty feel, which is what I really like about this vehicle. The My mode, you can make it whatever you want. Engine sound loud for me. Going to the touring mode, this is you're going out in the country, you just want to go for a ride, you don't want it to be a spirited ride. The touring mode is great. Or you're picking up a friend who's really not into cars, use the touring mode. But for me, I would have it in sport mode at least every single day. Every time you change the drive modes, it changes the gauges in front of you. It also shows you what the changes are in the center screen, which I think is really important. So as we go to the sport mode, my favorite mode, the power in this thing is just my kind of power. Supercharged V8, yes. Remember, the 0 to 60 time in this is 3.4 seconds for the automatic and 3.6 for the manual. So the automatic is faster. Again, these new transmissions shift faster than you can shift. And I think that's really important to think about. If you're buying a vehicle like this, could you use this every single day? Yeah, you could make this your sole car if you wanted. Not a problem. And I live in Buffalo, so it's not like it's Florida, sure. But for most of the country, you could use this vehicle year-round without any problems. You just need winter tires. That's the one thing you will need. But I wouldn't make these beautiful rims get dirty during the winter. That would be like a sin because they're beautiful. And then you got those big Brembo brakes, which is part of safety. So while we're just driving around town here and I'm going out to where my destination is, I wanted to at least tell you about some of the things that you're going to want to know when you buy a car like this. Starting off with visibility. Big piece of glass out front, excellent, not a problem at all. Love the sound of this motor. Ooh, a little chirp in the tire. I'm just in sport mode. I love it. That's sport mode. That's like everyday driving. And that's impressive. This is the kind of vehicle that I love that Cadillac still builds. I mean, they're building all these electric cars. Great. If you want one, you should be able to buy one. Let's pass. I'm not even full throttle. I'm like quarter throttle. This is what driving is about. It's an experience. It's a feeling. It's an emotion. And you get this emotion when you drive a vehicle like the Blackwing. Both the 4 and the 5 are fun. They're cars you want to drive. Now we're going to go out to some curvy roads in a minute because when you have a vehicle like this, you have to take advantage of driving it as much as possible. I do like the beefy steering wheel also. They did a nice job. Heated and air-cooled seats, that's to be expected. Heated steering wheel. I used that yesterday. It was actually pretty cold. Great job. All that is as expected. I do love the Cadillac theme that we talked about in design in the beginning that goes through. It's on the steering wheel. That V is everywhere. It's here. It's on the styling of the climate control. But you start noticing it. Once you start thinking about it, you start noticing it everywhere. And also don't forget that number that defines how special this car is right here in the steering wheel. That 81-215 is my test vehicle. But just the interior materials here, I'm just really impressed with this car. I've driven other Blackwings before. You can check that out on my channel. But this one I don't know, this one really, I just love the color, love the vehicle itself. I'm impressed. And I don't say that very often. But it does have a centering for the steering wheel, which is nice. If you're on the track, it's good to know. Hopefully, if you have it upside down, it's not a good thing, but obviously up top. is a nice sporty detail. But the whole interior, the whole vehicle is about sporty details and still having that luxury of a Cadillac. And that they've done. When it comes to cargo space, you could use this vehicle year-round. It has about 12 cubic feet of storage. There is no spare tire. There is a tire inflation product that is located underneath this cover, and it has a toolkit as well. Seats fold down 60-40, but the pass-through is not completely square. As you can see, the pass-through is not completely square. Remembering that this is Cadillac's most powerful sedan in history, this vehicle starts at $84,990. Fully loaded, every option, every checkbox, and you're about $125,009. Our test vehicles does not come fully loaded, it's about $101,000. But this is a really good package. You don't have to go all the way to the max unless you love all those goodies. But remember, the competitors are the Audi RS7, the BMW M5, and the Mercedes-Benz AMG E63. So there's a lot of competitors in this category, but this is a great balance of performance and luxury and handling like the competitors. But in reality, this vehicle has more to offer as far as a muscular look. It is a domestic car, and this vehicle will be a collectible down the road. With only 120 of these being made, you know that you probably want to add one of these to your collection. If you're a car collector, if you're an enthusiast, you want to put this on the track, you won't be disappointed. I have to say, just driving it every day, whether it was raining out or today it's just windy and warm, I will tell you, this vehicle definitely performs. Couldn't find any negatives about it. I would like to drive the manual to have a comparison, but for the automatic, if this is something you want as a daily driver, it's certainly something to consider. Make sure to check with your insurance agent. Remember, this will have a gas guzzler tax on top of it, but I don't really care on a vehicle like this because it's that awesome. There are a lot more details on this CT5 V-Series Blackwing, and I'm sure you've got questions, especially if you're going to add this to your collection. Put that down in the comments below. I've been more than happy to answer your questions. I was real impressed. I suggest you take one for a test drive. I did not cover every single little detail on this CT5 V-Series Blackwing, and I'm pretty impressed with it. And I don't say that very often, but this vehicle just looks good, sounds good, goes well, and I think you should take it for a test drive. Certainly if you're interested in buying one. If you'd like to support our channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee. The link for that is in the description, as well as the website, the podcast, the book, and my social media. I appreciate your support. Thanks for watching, and check out the other vehicles. We've test driven them all. It's on our channel. Have a great day, and thanks for your time.